now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Podcast time.
What's up, family?
Pastor Simeon here, worship pastor here at the Palmetto Pointe Church of my God.
For 8 years.
8 years. Yours truly, Pastor Jamie here.
Senior pastor of Palmetto Pointe Church of God for 15 years.
Yeah. Behind the mic, behind the camera, DJ
Caleb Barfield, first son of the Palmetto Pointe Church of God for 15 years.
Yeah, you are the first son. So I told Sam to bring his guitar up.
I have no idea why.
I love worship. You don't love worship?
Oh, I love worship. I just didn't know why you asked me to bring my
You don't love
guitar.
awkward worship in the middle of podcast?
I found out about this 3 minutes ago.
Can you hear his guitar in the mic at all? Play a little bit, Sam. You can hear it in the mic? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. In case we wanted to sing something or... Well, okay, so let's start here.
Okay.
I am so bad at harmonies.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you know... How do you... Like, I hear harmonies when somebody else is singing, and I say, oh, that sounds good, but I don't even know where to begin harmonizing with somebody. So, in church, I'm sitting there, and, you sing really high.
I do sometimes.
And it's really hard to sing with you sometimes.
Sometimes.
And so, as much as I love to think that I can sing high, I can't. And so I try to sing low, but then I don't feel like I'm getting the punch and the hoorah out of my low register like
That's
I do with my high.
That's kind of why I like to sing high.
So I try to find the harmony note sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that it interrupts my worship.
It is?
It is so bad.
Is that bad?
It's that bad.
That's funny.
So like play a song. Like let's do we were just singing the blessing. So sing Amen. Just do the Amen parts. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. So you hear how high that is. So instead of me going,
it's really not that high.
Instead of me doing that, I'm going, Amen. It is awful to worship beside of me during worship as I'm trying to find the harmony note. So, explain the harmony note to me.
So,
come on, music theory right here. Music
so
theory 101.
Every chord is made up of 3 notes.
Okay.
A basic chord.
Okay.
So, the chorus of the blessing starts on a 6 minor, which is my brain's going blank now, but in this key, we're playing in the key of C, so A minor is the chord that it's starting on.
Okay.
So in A minor, there's those 3 notes.
Those 3.
So you're most of the time, unless you're singing a song that has really weird harmonies, your harmony is going to be based off of the 3 notes that that chord is built off.
Okay,
of.
so like I used to play bass and it'd be in C and my mom used to yell out 1, 2, 3 to me, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm playing in C and I'm going boom, and if it's a 3 or 2 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So if you're playing in the 1, what's the harmony note to the 1?
It just depends on what the melody note is to the 1.
Yikes. See how hard this is? For all of you singers out there that naturally hear harmonies, it is so impressive to me. You're shaking your head no. You don't naturally hear harmonies? Like when you hear people sing harmonies, you know that sounds good and it sounds right.
Yeah, Simeon sings good.
But no, not just like the lead note, but like the harmony with it, like the
background
vocals almost.
I know when they sound bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good point.
Harmonies are so difficult.
Yeah.
In church world, your suggestion to somebody like me who doesn't hear harmony very well, sitting in a congregation that's trying to find the right note, your suggestion to me.
I mean,
don't try to find the harmony, just sing.
Well, that is a skill that is not. I mean, singing in general, being able to make a note,
joyful noise unto the Lord.
Come out of your mouth with your vocal cords that is on a pitch within a scale is not something that a lot of people can do.
It's tough.
It is, and
That's why when my wife picks on me about, like, when I'm singing with you and my wife picks on me because my voice cracks or something, or I start in the wrong key or whatever, I'm like, that's tough. You do it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't say sing. I don't do it.
Yeah.
So it's tricky.
It is. And then you add in trying to hear the melody and then go into a part with that melody. It's something that I learned when I was really young because I was surrounded by this.
So you just hear it.
Yeah, but I've trained myself to hear it. Like, I hear every part. So
song comes on the radio, you hear it for the first time. If you knew the words, you could just pick up and sing the harmony. I mean, obviously you have to know, the flavor of the song, where it's going, all that sort of stuff. But you could just pick up after hearing it once, know where the harmony note is.
Yeah.
That is so impressive.
But, I mean, I was at an advantage growing up because my mom and dad did that professionally growing up in a studio. So, like, I literally would just be sitting there in the studio listening to my parents and their best friend, Kim Coleman.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, hey, Kim. She's probably not going to watch this, but
she might.
Still,
you never know.
shout out. They would sit in there and they would listen to a song one time through. My mom would like chart it out so she had the chords and stuff, and then they would go in the studio and lay down a brand new track for background vocals, and then do that, work the parts.
So impressive.
Yeah, constantly. So that was my whole life growing up.
So worship leader, you're looking out into the congregation. What do you see out there?
Oh, I try not to pay too much attention. Because, I mean, because you're up on stage and you're preaching and stuff, and if you pay too much attention to people, some of their reactions and some of their non-reactions can kind of be disheartening, and then you, like, see something that you want, like, in your brain, like a question mark comes up, and you're like, what's going on there?
Right, why is that guy doing that?
Yeah.
Why is he acting like that?
It's a distraction that I don't want to have to process a lot of the times, so I try to bounce my eyes a lot.
Bounce your eyes.
Yeah, so I don't focus on any one thing for long enough to like let it affect me, and then I'll close my eyes in between and like try to stay focused on the why, and making sure that I'm I've got this thing in my ear talking to me, clicking and making all that noise, and so I got a lot of things going on at one time, trying to focus on.
And then you have me
worshiping. Yeah, and then I'm looking at you, trying to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And
is it weird that we have the same shirt on?
Not really.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
because somebody's gonna in the comment section be like, "Oh, y'all wearing the same shirt." I mean, it's not the same
wear it
shirt.
Differently.
Yeah.
You button it all the way. I only button.
Tried it today for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
My wife doesn't like it when I do that. I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I buttoned the shirt I was wearing on Sunday all the way up.
I don't like low necks.
She was at the South Campus, though. She
didn't
have
see
to
it.
look at it.
So you bounce your eyes a lot, focusing on a lot of different things.
Yep.
As you're playing, where's your mind? What are you thinking through? As you're playing, you're singing the blessing. You're singing, man. What are you? I know whenever I'm singing, what I'm thinking of. You as a worship leader with a whole band there, a lot of musicians, a lot of singers, the entire congregation following you where it is that you're leading. What are you thinking about?
For me, it's a fight between excellence and being spiritual.
Yeah.
Constantly. So, like, we were talking about this earlier. I don't struggle remembering chords. Like, I can listen to a song a couple of times or look at a chord chart once or twice and know the chords to a song. But it's the lyrics that I really struggle with. Like, I can remember lyrics, but I get lost in my head. I'm kind of pretty ADD, so I get lost in my head of what lyrics coming next. Mm-hmm. And so I am either looking at the back wall or looking down at my iPad or trying to like make sure that in my head I have that layout of the lyrics right. Mm-hmm. So I can, while I'm singing, I'm not like looking at it trying to hope that I remember. Like, I already have it like planned out. That's probably the most like physical, like actual thing that I focus on the most, other than trying to not just remember the lyrics, but actually like realize and like spiritually understand what I'm singing, But the thing that I teach the team is like, we need to do that stuff let those songs become spiritual to us before we ever get on stage. So when we're practicing to get them into our head so we can sing them from a spiritual place.
Yeah, because to me, that's when worship kind of shifts from you're just singing a song to you are, declaring it over the house, or you are you're singing it from a place of understanding that you don't have when you're just singing a song. Exactly. To me, that's when it truly becomes something special to all of the people that are partaking in that moment with you.
Yeah. And it's their job to, on stage, everybody who's singing to get to that place themselves, so that they don't have to be singing from oh my God, what's this next word,
So a young worship pastor's watching this and he says, hey, or even a pastor who's watching this, and some advice that he could give to his young worship pastor or to worship leaders in his ministry. Their mind should be focused on you understand the balance of focusing on playing the chord right, but also being spiritual in the moment.
Yeah.
Same concept for me. I mean, even as I'm preaching, there's times where, I'm trying to balance between speaking well, meaning not sounding like a hillbilly, which is what I've been known to sound like at times.
Yeah.
But also
not agreeing
passionately declaring what it is that I know God has put inside of me.
Yeah.
And so I want to be able to passionately declare it with clarity in such a way so that I'm not using, double negatives and, so all of us, in whatever manner it is that we're doing our ministry, there's things that we have to balance, spiritual and, that balance that battle for excellence in every area of our lives. Yeah. So young worship pastor watching this, you say, hey man, my best advice I can give to you is, as you are leading worship, set your focus on obviously Jesus and what he's doing in the room. Know your music beforehand so that it almost becomes second nature to you while you're playing.
Yeah, if you're leading, and if you're singing lead and playing an instrument, you've got to have one of those down, to where you don't have to think about both of them at the same time. Because
I'm sure there's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
That have to lead, and maybe they're in a small church and they're leading, not really. You started playing guitar at what age?
11.
11. Probably haven't been playing guitar since they were 11.
Yeah.
And they've picked it up the last couple years and trying to learn some easy worship music, and they're battling with knowing the song and also worshiping or leading worship to the song.
Yeah, for sure.
So they've got to figure out one of them to be
proficient
at, to where they don't have to think about it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really hard to, just for instance, if I'm...
And they may not do that this week.
Yeah.
But work to get to the place to where one of them you don't have to think about.
Yeah. A new song for me, it's really hard for me to be confident in the chords and the lyrics of a new song. But if I can learn the new song, the chords to the new song, and I don't have to think about that as much, then that's going to make me being able to sing that song a lot easier, because that's one less thing I have to think about. Yep. And then between a practice or when we first learn that song to the first time we perform that song, I'm going to get myself to the place to where I've got this part down and I'm just working on getting the lyrics from here to here, to where I'm able to, like you said, declare those things, those lyrics, and not just sing them from a place of, oh, this is a nice song. This, that's not what we do. We don't sing nice songs. That's never the goal. And if it is the goal, then we've kind of got things backwards anyhow.
For sure.
So we're trying to, either declare that Jesus is the greatest, he's the most incredible, he's the highest, he's, all of these things to him, or we're trying to sing praise about him to the people in the room,
like they're doing around the throne of God.
Yeah. 100%.
Where they're bouncing off back and forth to each other, his goodness, his mercy, his grace, his wonder.
Yeah. Praise is this way. It's me and you.
Yeah.
but worship it's that way,
Yeah.
And so we're either doing one of those things, and you can do both of those things in one song.
Yeah.
But that's the goal is not to just sound good, It's not just to know the words and know the chords, but it's to lead people to a place of acknowledging his incredibleness.
For sure. What's your favorite worship song right now? Well, let's do this. What's your favorite worship song to play right now? Because musicians are weird. They like to play songs that they probably don't love singing or even love the words to, but they just love to play it. What is that?
Oh boy. I think I like Oh Lord, how great are your works.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, it's got that one part where it's like Oh Lord, how great are your works. Oh Lord, how great. Carter Ann sings it. Yeah, but it's that's probably my favorite one to play because it's got a really cool vibe to it. My problem is I enjoy playing some songs on the guitar and other songs on the piano.
For sure.
So,
what about your favorite song to lead all time ever? This is my favorite jam ever.
Oh man, probably throwback to my high school and youth group leading days. Was probably "Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord."
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
I love that song. It's probably one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, what a good song.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite is?
I think so, but
shout to the Lord, all the earth. Now it's coming back out. It's hot again, right?
Yeah. That's one
Caleb's got it on his 24-hour playlist. How long's your playlist right now, Caleb? Look at your phone right now. He's gathering information. He's gathering intel.
28 hours the last time.
How long is your playlist?
So I've got the C-Bars one, but I only listen to that at youth group events. I've got a specific car one that's just the songs. That one's 22 hours, 18 minutes.
Okay.
And then my worshipful playlist is another 2 hours. And then the car songs playlist is 4 hours. And I know every word to every song on all those playlists.
I don't doubt that a bit. He's ridiculous. How ridiculous is that?
That's stupid.
How long's your playlist?
I have a bunch of playlists.
Really?
Yeah. I have a bunch.
I put some on and then take some off.
Yeah. I'm a big, so for me, I'm probably too much of a nerd when it comes to albums and stuff, but I like to really be able to sit down and enjoy a whole album. So when somebody puts out a new album, I'll allot a certain amount of time to where
I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I want to listen to the whole album and see what I like on it, and then I'll pick and choose out of that and put them in a playlist or something.
My new jam right now is "Fear Is Not My Future."
Yeah.
You are.
Shout out to Brandon Lake and
Brandon.
all the other people that have sang that song so far.
Did Brandon write it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
At the Dove Awards, he was on the front row as Naomi and Tasha Cobbs and Todd sang it.
Yeah.
And he was on the front row. It was so cool watching him worship with that song. Brandon Lake's a beast.
Yeah, he's
incredible.
A monster. Yeah.
If you could lead worship with anyone, who would it be? Like somebody was like, "Hey, you called church and said
100% Israel Houghton.
Israel."
Yeah. If I could pick 3 or 4, cool. But number one would definitely be
number
Israel.
one, Israel.
Yeah, he's probably the reason why a lot of people like me am the way I am.
Yeah.
He was a big time influencer on a lot of the stuff that I learned to play when I was really getting into music was Israel's type stuff. Like Friend of God and I Know Who I Am and all these songs.
Israel's a beast, man.
I mean, he is probably, he's known as being one of the fathers of guitar-led praise and worship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Him, Brandon Lake would be up there. Stephanie Gretzinger. Yeah. she's like
she's so
she's
good.
up there.
We talked about her one time where it feels like every single word she says, she believes it from the depths of who she is.
Believe it too.
And makes you believe in the words that she's saying.
Yeah.
It could be like the, and you're like, I believe that the.
Yeah. 100%.
So good.
She says it different.
She does.
Yeah.
Comes from a different place in her soul or something.
Mm-hmm.
So good. All right. So Stephanie, Brandon Lake, Israel.
Yeah.
One more. You know any of these people out there? If you do, hook us up. Hook a brother up.
Yeah,
we're trying to lead worship with these people.
It's literally like on my bucket list to at least meet Stephanie Gretzinger.
Steph.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Steph. Where's she at now? What is she doing?
I think she's in Nashville. I'm not sure though.
Like leading worship or cutting an album?
I have no idea. I know she travels and speaks.
Okay, look up what she's doing right now.
Yeah, but when I was sick, she preached like a sermon during a concert that I watched, and man, it just like it's a huge part of like my healing testimony. That
do you have songs that have changed your life, or songs that are almost soundtracks to your life that you just remember where you were in those moments?
Yeah,
I do too, man. It's like Cece's coming here,
in March. Yeah.
And
March 10th. Write it down.
I'm not kidding, man. Like that moment of I can point to where I was. When the song comes on, no matter how many I've listened to it hundreds of times by now. And every time it comes on and every time it gets to that part, it reminds me of where I was.
Yeah.
You know, post-COVID, 5 days in the hospital, felt so dry, like I couldn't. It was a season that I just couldn't fully understand. I wasn't feeling God's presence. I felt so drained and out of it, and just I don't know. It was a weird place for me.
Yeah. And
that song came on the radio, man, and I just pulled over and started weeping. And every time we get to that part in that song, or even listening to it in my office or whatever it may be, that part comes on and I'm like, man, that song changed my life.
Yeah.
Now, again, I know it's really easy to say God's sovereign and the next song could have changed my life. And you're exactly right. The next song could have changed my life. If I would have.
It didn't.
But it didn't. It was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them for me is "You Know Me" it was by Stephanie Gretzinger and Bethel. It was from like probably like 2008, 9, 10 era of them. It was on an acoustic album that they did, and Stephanie sang the whole thing by herself. And you know when I rise and when I fall, you know when I come or when I go.
Yeah,
it was a unique place of my life that I'll never forget. That song I listened to it at the house not too long ago.
You got where Stephanie's at right now?
I think so.
What's she doing?
She's gone AWOL since her most recent song.
Which is what? What's her most recent?
Faith of My Father?
Yeah.
An album released in 2021. She's not posted on Instagram since.
Yikes.
Hasn't released or been featured.
Steph, where you at, girl?
Her dad died.
Her dad passed away, and she but she has been traveling and speaking, because she put out a video from some church, and I watched the sermon, and it was powerful. I think I sent you a clip of it or something.
Maybe.
But Wikipedia says she is.
You always trust Wikipedia.
Always.
I did a ton of reports off Wikipedia.
Don't do it in college. They will not give you site corrected.
Currently the worship leader at the Worcester Church of the Nazarene in Ohio.
Oh, that's her dad's church where her dad was pastor at.
Super cool.
Old Worcester, Ohio.
Worcester. Anybody from Worcester, Ohio watching this? If you are,
hook us up.
Run down there to the church.
The Church of Nazarene.
Church of Nazarene. Tell her my boy, P. Sim, trying to lead worship with old Steph Gretz.
That would be sick.
She got married and became a Gretzinger, or she's always been the Gretzinger?
Yeah, she got married and became a Gretzinger.
What was her?
She was Frizzell before.
I think that last name is perfect, because if you just spread a couple of vowels in there, it becomes Great Singer.
That's true.
Such a dad joke.
That's a good one.
You got Johnny's dad joke stack over there. No.
Got a paper that says 3 minutes.
That was Pastor Tony last time telling me to shut it off quick. So Israel, Steph.
Brandon Lake would be.
You like how I'm calling her Steph? Like we're friends. Like me and her. Like
homies.
Like homies.
Yeah, we go back.
All right, Steph. Israel, Steph.
Yeah.
And B Lake.
And I want to say like a powerful female singer that could sing like I Speak Jesus type song. Charity Gale hasn't been around long enough, but I literally listen to her stuff all the time. I think leading worship with her would be like a really solid top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where Charity Gale goes from here.
Yeah.
I know she's been around a while, with people and songs, and I don't know where she goes from here.
This last album was incredible.
Incredible.
I listened to the whole album, and I'm like, I love these songs.
Like every single one of them, we could sing in worship here.
We do
sing almost all of them in worship.
We're singing 2 of them on Sunday.
I mean, it's like she is. Does she write her own music? Or
yeah,
that is so impressive.
Her and her husband, and he's her keyboard player.
So impressive.
Yeah, super cool.
She's gonna be here in November. Refuge. We're gonna go watch it. I got some tickets set aside. I texted him the other day and just made sure, hey, you got my tickets, right? So, we're gonna go.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, man. She's incredible, and she was very adamant with him, of very particular about the assignments that she accepts.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I'm only going to accept this assignment if it lines up with who I am spiritually, and if I want to. Yeah, I think it's so cool.
Yeah,
good for her.
Yeah,
Charity, if you're watching this, come on down.
Yeah, we'd love to have you next year in Myrtle Beach.
We're obviously, for me, I feel like this question's unfair for me because I feel like I get to lead worship every week with my top pick, Simeon Sloan.
Hey, I appreciate that. First round draft, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you say to that?
I don't know. What do you say to that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like it's not true, but I appreciate it.
Absolutely true. If you said, hey, you can pick one of these 3 doors. You have Brandon Lake, Charity Gale, and Simeon Sloan. You get to lead worship with one of them. Who do you want? I'm open Simeon's door. I may grab him and then help him through one of the other doors with me.
Yeah.
But I'm grabbing you first.
That's probably because Brandon Lake be way too expensive.
Oh, B Lake. Man, what are you doing? So Caleb's got his sunshades back on again. Yeah. What are you doing? Take your sunshades off. Lord help us.
He Caleb, probably thought you weren't going to say anything since we were on the
podcast. Caleb, which 22-hour your set is your favorite song still the same one you put the other day from Elevation Rhythm? What's your favorite worship song right now?
If It's You or what was the other one? Or Strip It All Away. Both by John Wilds. So good.
John.
Shout out to John Wilds.
John Wilds. He may watch this because you're on it. Seven John are boys. Josh is coming to preach for us in January. Yeah. Excited about that.
He's touring with Bethel and stuff right now.
John is? Yeah. Really?
Yeah. He's awesome. Written a lot of stuff with them recently. They brought him in for their Worship U stuff like last year, I think, and he's really connected with them, which has been cool.
It's awesome. Good for him, man. He's an awesome guy, got an awesome heart, and it's really cool watching him.
They call him Man Prano because he sings so high.
He does sing so high.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very interesting watching him lead and worship, and I mean, he's jumping all over stage, and he is. Why don't you jump on stage?
Probably because I wear a guitar. I definitely feel more comfortable on this stage, doing moving around and doing stuff. We got a lot more freedom to be able to do what we need to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What's your favorite worship song, drop it in the comment section because we'd love to hear it. And
we might do it on a Sunday.
Yeah, honestly, like one that we're doing this Sunday is a song that I would never think to do in a worship set, but somebody in our life said, "Hey, this is my favorite song right now. I'd love to have y'all do it." And we were like, "Let's do it. Let's put it in the set and do it." And I think it's going to be awesome. So, drop your favorite worship song in the comment section because I'd love to hear it, and I'd love for Pastor Simeon tag him in it, and I'd love for him to hear what it is that you're listening to out there. Because sometimes you and I can get so consumed to listen to what we like, and we don't hear the heart of the people of what they're actually listening to.
Yeah, I'm terrible at, because I don't listen to Christian radio much. I listen to like the people that I'm, I have Apple Music, so I just download my playlist and do that stuff and just listen to, the people that I like to listen to, the artists that, now I do look at Apple Music and look at all the new music and new releases and all that stuff and try to pay attention to what's new, but I don't listen to the radio ever.
Yeah.
But like a song we're doing on Sunday is like super popular on the radio, and I'd only heard it one time, and it was because my wife played it on Alexa and said, "Hey, play, Christian hits or whatever," and it came on, and so we listened to it then, but I would have never known the song.
Yeah, and then Dustin was like, "Hey, I love this song. Would y'all do it?" And we were like, listen to it, and we are like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good one. So anyways, drop your favorite worship song in the comment section, and that way he knows what you're actually listening to and can hear the heart of the congregation rather than just what's stuff has to be born out of your prayer time and out of your prayer closet, but maybe on top of that you can take different songs with you into your prayer closet. Yeah. Songs that you would have never normally heard or had to listen to.
Songs that we put away
we've put away, right?
Yeah.